You already know what time it is. It's that official time. Where we take this worldwide. Let's go. Listen. So now it's time to turn it up. Surf the radio waves as we begin to burn it up. We all up in your area like landscape, definitely bringing you the pancakes. It's a mandate that you tune in. It's time to move out so we can move in and recognize that this is no illusion. I'm here to clear the air so that there is no confusion. It all started off in the book of Genesis when Jacob was wrestling with who he thought was his nemesis. And when the man saw he couldn't overpower him, he touched his hip but he really couldn't devour him. And from that point, then we hear a name change, rearrange the game, so now we gotta change lanes. So I'm here to let you know it's time to listen to the Pancake and Powerslam Show. Let's go! Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam Show. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam. Turn it up, it's the Pancake and Powerslam Show. Turn it up.
Five, 1, 9, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, less than a month away from the 10-year anniversary show. Man, been doing this thing for 10 years. Every single week for the past 10 years, ladies and gentlemen. Can you believe that? Pancakes and Powerslam Show. I'm Dr. Chris here, ready to rock and roll. Look, I'm going to go straight into the Ask Doc questions. Hashtag Ask Doc. We're going to make this happen. I'm going to wrap it up soon. I had an incredibly long day today. I had a full day of just about a full day of clients, and I had a meeting. And I went to the gym, and then I went to this apologetics event. And then I had to hurry home to get things ready for both shows. Then I spent like 25 minutes trying to get the audio and camera fixed for Ahmed Johnson. He couldn't get his camera working, so he used, I think, the wives or his daughters, or it was just like all over the place. So he said we're gonna do a round 3 because it's to get his camera working. So yeah, very interesting. So guess what? The PNP Nation has a special they have a special ability to get some exclusive stuff from Dr. Chris. All right. We are, you come with me, you hang out with me at almost midnight Eastern time. Adam still got an awesome room full of people ready to talk and ask me questions. It doesn't get any better than that, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Unless almost doesn't get better than that. There's a couple things that are better. But I'm super grateful. All right. So I'm going to give you a treat. I'm thinking about maybe giving this to my Patreon listeners, but I'll give it to you all, the PNP Nation, with maybe that gives you some spark to spend. What is it? What's the Patreon? Like $6 a month? Come on, man. I mean, as much time as we have fun on this show, you can afford $6 a month, ladies and gentlemen. So, to give you a little teaser, I'm going to tell you who is going to be on Unscripted next week. All right. Out of let me see how many episodes I've had with Unscripted. I've been doing that thing since it's been almost 2 years, if I'm not mistaken. I'm thinking like around June or so, it'll be 2 years. Man, time's just flying. Flying, ladies and gentlemen. Flying. Let's see. I'm going to count all the episodes I've had on Unscripted, all right? 84. So today was the 85th. Today was the 85th episode of Unscripted. In the 85 episodes I've had on Unscripted, there's only been a short number of duplicates. That goes to show how much I work my butt off to get a new host, to get a new guest for you every week. And next week's going to be a brand new guest. All right. So I'm looking at all my guests. If I'm not mistaken, there's only been one female in 85 episodes. And I think the only one female is Thunder Rosa. I'm looking at Nita Strauss, the person who performed Shinsuke Nakamura's video. But shout out to Sports Keeter for having a great replacement. I was actually backstage doing some backstage things because I had COVID. That was the Tuesday after WrestleMania, actually. And so I was behind the scenes pulling up the questions and stuff like that. It was supposed to be me and Nita. SK had a replacement because I had COVID and I was coughing like crazy. As y'all saw, y'all were with me the whole time. So only 2 female guests in 84 episodes, I believe. Nita Strauss and Thunder Rosa. Just making sure that is true. Yeah, Nita Strauss and Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa came on early. Thunder Rosa came on 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. She was episode 11 of 84. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay. Awesome. All right. So, with that being said, there's been 2 females, 1 Thunder Rosa, 1 Nita Strauss. And next week is going to be 3. All right. Next week's going to be 3 because the person who is going to be on the unscripted show next week is going to be none other than formerly known as B-Fab from Hit Row. Now they're the Hit Makers, I believe. Brianna Brandy, B-Fab, FKA, B-Fab. It's going to be on unscripted. I'm really looking forward to it. I think this would be pretty cool. She will be the third female in a year and a half to be on the show. So, looking forward to it. I love when I have female guests. I haven't had many female guests. I've interviewed over 300 wrestlers, and Thunder Rosa. I've interviewed Nita Strauss before, a few years ago. Who else have I interviewed? Female. I've interviewed Katie Lee Burchell. I've interviewed Brandy Rhodes. Oh, wow. Not many. Less than 5, right? Wow. I'm trying to look at my phone and see how many people see how many females I've interviewed. Other than the ones that I just said. Not many. Very surprising. Chelsea Green. I interviewed Chelsea Green. I have people's phone numbers, and I've went back and forth with them and talking. I never formally interviewed them. Like Celeste Bonin, formerly known as Caitlin. Man, wow, very surprised. I just talked to Flip Gordon recently. Actually, he still put my name over, my show name over. He said he still thinks I have the best show name. Flip Gordon said that when I talked to him over the past week. Wow. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Not too many female guests that's been on the Pancakes and Powerslams Show. Mostly male. Yeah. That's it. Going down my list to make sure that I haven't missed anybody. And yeah. That's a surprise. I talked to it. Speaking of going down my list, I talked to a wrestler recently. Who I wanted to get some information and get some clarification with, and he was a bit of a jerk, unfortunately. Yeah. Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the only females that I've interviewed. Who are some other females? It's a headache to go through. Y'all know I'm a doctor. I don't have much time to be going through a whole bunch of hoops to have guests. Who are some recommendations that you guys have for me for female guests? Let's bring some more female guests on unscripted. So it would have been on here, but my first half-hour slot that I used to use for PNP, now it's on unscripted, and I get paid. I get paid to interview wrestlers. So give me some suggestions. Who do you think should be on Unscripted? Females. I've had Thunder Rosa, Nita Strauss, and next week will be formerly known as B-Fab from Hit Row. Who else do you think? I'm working on one. You know, I might say one person's name that I'm actually currently working on. So what do y'all think? Let's tackle these hashtag Ask Doc questions as y'all come to me with y'all suggestions. Why was he on camera? I just explained that. Yeah, he couldn't get it working. Hashtag Ask Doc. What's the Pat McAfee show with Vince? Do I think Vince the right choice to induct Undertaker? Still lifts 1,000 pounds weekly at 76. It makes sense of why. See, the thing is, Vince introducing Taker. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it's still, you know, Kane is the to me the best option, but it makes sense with Vince though. As far as Pat McAfee versus, Pat McAfee show, I did watch the whole show with Vince, and we'll be talking about that Thursday on the Bro Show. We'll also be talking about Vader in the Hall of Fame on the Bro Show. Why no Battle Royals at Mania this year? Just overkill. I mean, you know, you're having two nights, I guess, you just throw matches together at will, whatever you feel like doing. But you're not giving people an opportunity to have an Andre Battle Royal. You just aren't having an Andre Battle Royal unless you just once again just throw it together on the 11th hour. I don't get this 11th hour booking for WrestleMania. I don't understand it. Beats me, ladies and gentlemen. Beats me. I don't understand why. I don't understand why. All right. You know what? This is random. But I have a set of cards here. Okay. Still a card trick. Random set of cards here. All right. So let's do a card trick. And then we'll get to the questions and I'll get to your suggestions. All right. We're going to have some fun on PNP as we always do. We freestyle it here on PNP. We have the funnest of fun. We just chill. It's a lounge. It's like a PNP lounge, man. I would bring on my music that I had on the other week, but I got mixed reviews on it. Maybe one week I'll bring it back. Maybe the other week I'll just keep it settled, you know, keep it not having, you know, not being on here. So I think this week we'll not keep it on here. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here is my card trick. Here is the Dr. Chris card trick. And here we go. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we have, you see that? The Ace Bandits. Ace Bandits, all right? I have the Ace Bandits right here. Right here, all right? The Ace Bandits, they are among the world's most notorious gang. All right, the Ace Bandits. See this? 4 aces. I have 4 aces right here. All right, no gimmicks. 4 aces. All right, you see that? No gimmicks. 4 aces. All right, so the Ace Bandits goes to a bank to rob the bank. All right, and all of a sudden, someone clicks on an alarm, and they get a notification that they're clicking on the alarm. And by the way, this is just a card trick. I do not endorse bank robbery. I do have a PhD in forensic psychology. So if you try to do it, there's cameras everywhere. Okay. Don't rob a bank because you will get caught. There's as technology develops, it gets easier and easier to catch armed robbers. Okay, so don't do it. So they see the alarm. All right, here's a deck of cards. They see the alarm. I just put the aces. Let me do that again. I put the aces. Where's the aces at? I put the aces right on the top. All right, I put the aces. I want to do it. I want to do it here, so y'all don't think I'm gimmicking y'all. I'm going to show y'all the aces, the ace bandits. All right, I'm putting the aces together, and I'm putting the aces on top of the deck of cards. Okay, you see that? The aces are on the top of the deck of the cards. All right, I'll make sure that you guys aren't being gimmicked here. All right, so they get the alarm. All right, so what happens is they run for cover. All right, one runs down to the basement of the building. One goes on the top floor. Okay. And then what happens is one stays on ground floor. All right. So what happens is it clears up. The two that stayed on the house floor, the one that had the alarm, the one was in the front, one stayed up on the house floor with the other person, one went to the basement, and one went to the upper floor. All right. So alarm goes off, run for cover. And after everything, the smoke clears, all the aces come back and they meet each other. And they said, man, that was super duper close. Don't ever do that again, because we will get caught, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Oh, thank you. And this deck is not gimmick. There's no other aces. See that? No other aces in this whole deck. No other aces. Well, thank you. I used to do card tricks a lot, actually. I forgot more than I remember, but I used to do card tricks. You know, they're all illusion. But it gets people saying, oh my gosh, how did you do that? Oh man. All right. Let's get to these questions. I just saw a deck of cards laying in my office. Full deck of cards, and felt like giving the PNP Nation the card trick today. How about that? All right. Well, there's your long answer to the no battle royals, right? What does media at Mania involve? Interviews, press passes to interview stars, and press passes to interview stars and to rake up information. You're there. You're representing the brand. You're representing the website at WrestleMania. I mean, it's WrestleMania, so this is the biggest moment for pro wrestling journalists. This time of year is the cream of the crop, the creme de la creme, the highest moments for pro wrestling journalists. You do all year. You do all you can. All you do all year as a pro wrestling journalist for this. This is the zenith of pro wrestling journalism. So you're in the atmosphere. You go to events. You go to Q&As. You record. I mean, I've been doing this since I started doing media in WrestleMania 2017 for 33. So I missed last year because I had COVID, missed the other year because my flights and everything got canceled because of COVID. So I actually was y'all know, y'all been with me through it all. My hand is touching your hand, ladies and gentlemen. It's Dustin Rhodes who say, baby, for the gathering. Yeah, I was supposed to go to Tampa last year. I was about to catch the flight on a Thursday morning. I got super sick on Wednesday night. Went to the ER and tested positive for COVID. So yeah, ruined my WrestleMania. There were 2 seats at WrestleMania last year that were empty. Why were they empty? Because I was supposed to be sitting in them, but I didn't because I had COVID. So that stunk. The year before, everything had to be canceled. Flights were canceled because of COVID. So WrestleMania was canceled, with the exception of being in the Performance Center 2 years ago with nobody there. So I couldn't go. The year before I was there, I was at 35 when Kofi won. I was in New Jersey. 34, I was there. I was in New Orleans. That was main evented by Brock and Reigns. And in 33, I was there. I was Taker and Reigns. So I've done Q&As. I've done media for Q&As. I've taken notes during Q&As to report to the site, for the site to report it to the public. Bunch of interviews, bunch of live Q&As from WrestleMania. Just a lot of fun stuff. Lots of fun stuff. It's very fun. Do I agree with Vader going to Hall of Fame? Absolutely, Vader should be in the Hall of Fame, but I think that he should have went in next year. I think Taker should have been by himself this year. What I think of Revolution. Revolution was a solid pay-per-view, but I mean, man, all these more debuts. I mean, man, debut after debut after debut after debut after debut. Now, Regal debuting into AEW to be a manager of Dean Amber, John Moxley, and Bryan Danielson. So that means that Bryan Danielson is turning face again. He came in as a face. He turned heel to make Paige look good, just to turn face again. I'm like, make up your mind, man. Now it seems like he's going to turn face again, and they're going to team up, but they're going to be a tag team. But what is that? Where's the tag team leading? Why? Because the current champs are baby faces. So does that mean that they go heel? No, they really shouldn't go heel because Moxley's going to be cheered. And you should not turn someone heel who you know is going to be cheered. Case in point, Adam Cole, baby, who was cheered, and Hangman Page was booed at times in that match. And he was booed because you've done such a terrible job building Adam Cole as a legitimate heel. Why? Because Adam Cole is not a legitimate heel. They tried on the Dynamite beforehand to make him a legitimate heel, and they do these knee-jerk, just, final hour please to boo me. Basically Dynamite was like, please boo me. There's just no consistency with him as a heel. He has a entrance who everybody wants to be a part of. He comes out, he has one of the best theme songs in all of professional wrestling, just like what he did with the Undisputed Era. The Undisputed Era had one of the best theme songs in all of professional wrestling. He had a thing with attitude with Undisputed Era. He does his deal. He does that. He does that. Does the deal. Boom. Everybody wants to be a part of it. Oh, Adam Cole, baby. Everybody wants to be a part of it. It's the same thing with how it was in ROH. He's inviting the fans to be a part of his journey when it comes to his entrance. So, same thing he does with Adam with AEW. He has a song that everybody loves. You know what's all about that poop, Adam Cole, baby, right? So everybody's just everybody's in the crowd just, you know what's all about that boo, Adam Cole, baby, right? So everybody's getting excited about that. Then he gets on the ropes and everybody's getting ready, right? And everybody's out in the crowd. As soon as he does it, as soon as he does the cue, right? As soon as he does the cue, soon as here we go, boom, right? And then as soon as he goes around, everybody's cheering. Like he's a listening reaction from the crowd. He's walking around a little bit, goes to the middle when the music cues up real right? And then all of a sudden, Adam Cole, baby. And everybody's like, Adam Cole, baby. And so you're already creating a terrible heel at that point. Like his entrance alone creates a terrible heel. All right. And Adam Cole does not do many heelish things when he is wrestling. He's a solid wrestler. He does things that elicit reactions. All right. He's not very slimy. You know what I mean? Like he'll do like Red Dragon's been interfering, and he'll do like a shot to the crotch. But that doesn't really get boos anymore. People don't really boo crotch shots anymore unless it's, more of a turn. When MJF did a crotch shot to CM Punk after hugging him, that elicited booed, right? Because it was like, oh man, you dirty dog. You violated our trust. But Adam Cole does it. Yeah, whatever. It's just a crotch shot. That's not gonna make me hate him. You know what I mean? Like, why do I hate Adam Cole because he did a crotch shot? I just had fun with Adam Cole. And then who's ready for story time with Adam Cole, baby? Right? And everybody's like, yeah, hey, I'm ready for story time with Adam Cole, baby. It's like, come on. And you wonder why someone who you want to be a part of your you wonder why someone who you want to be the top babyface of the company is having difficulties doing that, because everybody was counting cowboy stuff. Everybody was chanting that he was the flavor of the month, which I don't think he should be. I think Adam Page is in the legit main event spot he deserves. I have no issue with Adam Page being the AEW World Champ. And one of the bro shows, we were talking about people that we would recruit from that's not in WWE. We were recruit to go into WWE. And one of my choices was Adam Page. I think he's solid. I think he has a good look. He has a very cavalier style music. And I always give people the music test. I give people a WrestleMania test when it comes to music. If you have music that gives you a standout WrestleMania entrance, that is a good sign that you should have a good spot at WrestleMania. Adam Page has an awesome theme song. One of the best in pro wrestling right now. So I'm a big fan. I think that he should be pushed, but it makes it very hard when cool kid from the block, Adam Cole, baby, is hanging out. Like, it's like, let's see. We got Adam Page over there just kind of doing some cowboy stuff. But we got Adam Cole, bye out of here, just shooting the crap. You know what I mean? Just, telling some stories and just making some jokes and cracking some jokes over here. Yeah, I want to go over there. I want to go over there. I want to have story time with Adam Cole, bye. You know what I mean? Like you're making Adam Cole less, you're not making him hateable. And it becomes difficult because you have a split audience, and this a lot of times it's not even split. When you have a heel that's not a heel, it ruins the babyface. It ruins the babyface. That's why heels and faces matter, because at the end of the day, you are intending to push a wrestler as a good guy, regardless of what anybody's saying in pro wrestling nowadays, which is stupid. You want this wrestler to be cheered. All right. And ultimately, those split style reactions, it cancels each other out a lot. You need that thrilling. You can't wait. You're highly anticipating for this character to lose, because you love to hate him and you really want him to lose the match. But nowadays, especially in AEW, it's like, I can't wait to see that match between those two people. And that's too much pressure on the talent, because now they're like, okay, well, we did a dog collar match. Now we have to do a scaffold match from out of space. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, you're continuing to dangerously raise the bar. And now, for instance, you see super kicks everywhere. You see destroyers everywhere. People are doing Canadian destroyers out the wazoo in AEW. Now it's like, okay, well, it was impactful when people did the Canadian destroyers. Guess what? It used to be a finishing move, by the way. A really, really cool finishing move. But now it's just a regular move. Same thing with super kick. Chris Adams did it. Shawn Michaels did it. Even Haku did it. Glacier did it. The cryonic kick, ladies and gentlemen. And it's just, now it's just, hey, super kick here, super kick there. It's like the Oprah effect. And you get a super kick, and you get a super kick, and you get a super kick. People want to see matches and not characters nowadays. And that's the reason why pro wrestling has become so niche, because people really get excited about matches, unlike other episodic television episodes, when people get caught into characters and storylines. Pro wrestling is a comic book come to life. And at the end of the day, we're invested and embedded in characters, ladies and gentlemen. Dion is in the building. What's up? What's up? Yeah, I heard Ziggler won the NXT championship. So I think, with the exception of the Universal Championship, he's won every single title known to man. Well, the North American champion. I don't necessarily disagree with it, honestly. I figured that was going to happen because the Dirty Dogs lost twice. But hey, I mean, NXT doesn't have much. It doesn't have that same feel to it anymore as far as like legitimacy and level of importance. But I mean, I'm not mad at it though. I'm not mad at that decision to make Dolph Ziggler the NXT champion. Dolph Ziggler has been paying his dues. I think I looked at some type of graphic recently, and they talked about like the 8 most tenured people in WWE. I think the most is Randy Orton. He's at 20 years. R-Truth's up there. Active tenure, so not on and off like Brock Lesnar. Orton's up there, Truth's up there. I remember seeing, I don't remember necessarily the order. I know Orton was up there as like, I think he's first with 20 years. Miz is up there. And Dolph Ziggler was up there. He was one of the top ones. And I'm like, look, man, I mean, he's had matches. People have talked about this. I think Bubba Ray talked about how you get that. One of the worst things you want to hear is that you're a good hand, right? You're a utility player, because at that point you get the opportunity to, like, if they need you in the front, you know, they'll throw you out there in the beginning. When they need to fill up a couple months, they'll throw you out there for a main event spot to lose, you know, but they just throw you out there. They did that. I mean, they've done that with Ziggler many times. They recently did it with Ziggler when it came to when Drew won the title. You know, they threw Dolph Ziggler out there like there's any chance that he'd win the WWE Championship. You know he wasn't going to be WWE champ, but they had him go against Drew McIntyre. You know, they just threw him out there because they know they'd give him a heck of a match. And so, like, he's had multiple mid-card championships. I mean, tag team championships. He's really had a Hall of Fame worthy career. But unfortunately, with the lack of how they build stars, like Dolph Ziggler doesn't like scream Hall of Fame, but he deserves to be in it though. So I mean, Dolph Ziggler winning the NXT championship would hurt. I mean, it won't hurt NXT. It'll help NXT more than it hurts NXT. So I'm not mad at it. Does this lead to Ziggler versus Braun Breaker at Stand and Deliver? Sure. Sure. Does this give Braun Breaker a 3-week chase? You know what I mean? To win the title again? Possibly. A good chance. But if anybody, deserves to win the NXT championship, it's Ziggler. So I'm not mad at it. Now Randy's turning when he told the crowd Riddle is his friend. I was thinking he would turn on Raw, actually, but you know what? I'm not necessarily sold that Orton's not going to turn on Riddle before WrestleMania, which is another 11th hour booking. 5 a.m. in the UK. My guy. What's up, Jesus? What up, bro? Do you think that Mania will sell seats now after Austin Owens become official? Maybe 75,000. Well, it's not even a match. It's a segment. So that will, I doubt that they sell one ticket from that. I mean, maybe 10, but it's not even a match. No, it doesn't seem like. No, they definitely aren't bringing the World Heavyweight Championship belt back. But look at that. Look at that beautiful specimen of a belt right there. The big gold belt is the GOAT, the absolute GOAT. For the sake of it not being a WWE original thing, man, it was a beautiful looking title. Just beautiful. Then I start to shrink it though, and I'm like, why are you shrinking this big gold belt? Give it the prestige it deserves. But I think that, if you believe what old Melty Boy says, they're supposed to still have 2 separate championships. And it's similar to Becky Lynch. They're just going to have two separate championships, and then eventually the person's going to lose one of them. Jacqueline, yeah, me and Jacqueline are Facebook friends, actually. A lot of people don't stay up that late. Cyndi Lauper, that would be pretty cool, actually. I like that idea. I wonder what Cyndi Lauper's doing nowadays. That would be really cool. Lots of WrestleMania memories with Cyndi Lauper, with Hulk Hogan and Captain Lou Albano. Leilani Kai. I like that name. Leilani Kai. I wonder what Leilani Kai is doing. Let's put Leilani Kai down. I like that idea. I see your answer, Elvis Victoria. I'm working on that, actually. Keebler, you can't reach her. You can't reach Keita. Yeah, Lita's still kind of messing around with WWE, so it'd be hard to get her. Yeah, I was a big Stacy Keebler fan. Tori, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see Tori. I think Tori be someone I'd be interested in having. Kelly would be somebody else. I think I was talking with Kelly's management, and she likes to have interviews when she's promoting something. And the time that I asked, she wasn't promoting anything. Her and oh gosh, here's the other one who came back that they called a legend. They got a bunch of flack. Summer Rae. That was the other one. What's up, Isaiah? Isaiah's in the building. Yeah, what's up with what's up? What the heck is up with Hook? That's weird. That's a good question. Have I ever interviewed a tag team? No, but I've interviewed two people at once, though. I've interviewed Ice Train and PN News at the same time. And I've had two interviews in one show before. I've interviewed Bushwhacker Luke and Cedric Alexander in the same show. It's another. Oh, I also interviewed Sean Daivari and Ken Anderson at the same time, too. I talked to Ricky Morton on the phone. He wanted me to call him back. I talked to him a couple months ago. He wanted me to call him back because he was doing something, getting ready to help with his training school or something like that. So, yeah, I'm gonna give Ricky Morton a call. Maybe we can do the Rock and Roll Express, baby. One of the greatest teams of all time. Sunny. Well, Sunny's she's going through some legal issues now. Michelle McCool, I doubt. Can I be WWE talent? I don't want to. Like I know people. Like I'm cool with people from the WWE. Like I'm really cool with one person, a top name that's going to be on WrestleMania. But it's just so hard, man. It's not hard, but it's just long. It's just I don't like going through the process of going through that whole long stage of filling out questionnaires, and it's just I just don't have time for the process. Like I just don't have the time to do that. So typically the interviews that I have are former, still very popular. And I have a huge Rolodex of people who I know on my phone. So Vicky Guerrero, same thing with AEW. I'm really, it's no strange. It's no surprise, but I'm really cool with people in AEW too. Again, top talent, and they even had, they even told me how difficult it was. So it's really difficult to do that. Mickey James, yeah, it'd be tough to reach the Bellas. They're too popular for everybody. Mickey James, Mickey James actually would be a potential option. Actually, I can really interview any of these people. It's just that I have to go through the, sending emails to talent agents. When I used to bring y'all interviews every week for PNP, like I had to go through all that. I had to talk to agents, and we come up with dates, and then this day didn't work, and we'll come up with other dates, and I'll tell them how many people I reach, and I'll send them a slew of articles. I'll send them my portfolio, and they're like, okay, we'll lock it in. It's just, I just don't have the time. As y'all know, PNP Nation, I am a full doctor. Okay, I'm a therapist. I'm exhausted by the time I'm done with work. I have a whole day's full of clients every day, and not even individual. I do couples therapy. I do family therapy, kids, adults, adolescents. And so your boy is exhausted at the end of my shift, which is the reason why I hit the gym, because I love working out, as y'all know. It's a great dopamine release. It's a great decompressor. And by the time I come home, I spend time with my family, and then I'm back on the grind. So, yeah, man, I just don't have the time anymore to be doing all of that. Most of my interviews is based on people I know and contacts I already have. Tasha Steeles is actually a pretty good idea. I like that idea. Yeah, Alexa Bliss, Trish Stratus. No, Alexa Bliss is WWE. She's in WWE. What do I mean by the 11th hour? I mean, it's the last minute. That's a figure of speech for the last minute. WrestleMania prediction show. Yes, I would do a WrestleMania prediction show. Yeah, the Butcher looks good. Looks good. Over 100 hours still till WrestleMania. Okay. Yeah, I mean that converts to 3 shows. Just because it's 100 hours, at the end of the day, it's still only 3 shows. And that over 100 hours they're not going to spend all 100 hours trying to put together a WrestleMania card. And if they haven't done it yet, I mean, they've had months to put together a card. I mean, they know about that. Like, come on now. You should be like, a card should be locked in solid right now. And they should be building angles based on a locked solid card. They don't even have a locked show. It's the weirdest thing. I like that. Chad, vote music or no music? Called the end game. I love it. How did you do that card trick? Thank you. Thank you very much. Now you're ending. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Michael, card trick more entertaining than anything on the Miz show. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Anniversary episode. I'm not going to spoil that for 10 years. I think I'm just going to have one show, actually. Um, on the show that they're wearing masks, you can see their face and Rob Seven Banks. Got you. Oh, okay. Got you, Chris. Hey. Ugh. Another WWE another pop from Khan. I mean, the next pay-per-view is what, Double or Nothing in May? So you got 2 months. You know, Khan can't wait that long to debut Jeff Hardy. So actually wouldn't surprise me if he came. Evan has done Media Mania, absolutely. Sometimes, Ricky. There's also media scrums. There's pressers that media asks questions to certain people. I've done both. Who inducts Vader? The only person I could think of was Sting, but Sting's in AEW. I mean, he was with Paul Bearer, Mick Foley, perhaps, but yeah, I mean, Mick Foley, he feuded with Mick. I mean, he was with Mick Foley, aligned with him during WWE, and of course, he feuded with him in WCW, and it was the Vader match that caused his ear to come off. So Foley, I mean, there you go. I mean, I think Foley would be an ideal person to induct Vader. Going to be some inductees going virtually. I heard about that too. Who else do you see going in? They don't want it going past a certain time. I think Victoria goes or should go. I mean, come on now. It's usually a main eventer, a mid-carder, a tag team, a posthumous inductee, and a female, and a minority. So that's usually how it goes. So we already have the headliner, The Undertaker. Although Vader would probably be the posthumous one, and then the tag team Demolition. I know they were having some lawsuit issues, but I imagine that may be water on the bridge. I know Scott Steiner hates WWE, but you put the Steiner brothers in there. I know that Steiner craps on the Hall of Fame all the time because it's not in a physical building. Scott Steiner does, but maybe the Steiners make sense since Braun Breaker is becoming he's a star in NXT, so maybe that bridge to the Steiners is better nowadays. So I think the Steiners. As far as minority, how about? See, the only person I could think of is like Butch Reed, but he would also be a posthumous inductee. So they wouldn't do twice. They wouldn't do two like that. Unless you do black and female at the same time and put Jazz in, which actually I would have zero issue with Jazz going into the Hall of Fame. I would totally be a fan of that. Adam Cole theme is not as over as Chris Jericho's Judas. Well, that was my point. See, Jesus, you just proved my point. Jericho was a heel and people were singing Judas, and it was like, Jericho's really serious about staying heel, but people were singing Judas. So guess what? He turned babyface. So it makes sense. I mean, like, he turned babyface. But as far as Adam Cole, baby, no, he hasn't turned babyface. So doesn't make sense. Russell Wilson to the Broncos. Sure. He went from NFC to AFC. AFC's better anyways. Good question, Aaron. What do I think was the death of the heel characters? I will partially say the NWO. I will partially also say ECW. ECW was like the advent of the crazy, insane crowd who's just mostly desiring to put themselves over. That's basically what ECW was. NWO made bad guys cool, which I think was not good. I wish that the NWO would have spent more time really healing it up, but you had Scott Hall being a heel saying, I got a mic in my hand. I got a mic in my face. Hey, yo. It's survey time. Are you here to watch WCW? Boo. Or are you here to watch the NWO? Survey says one more for the good guys. So it seems like in that time with the NWO, you had people who really didn't care about being babyface or heel. You had people who really wanted to put themselves over, unfortunately, and that's at the expense of making everybody else look like doofs because they wanted to put themselves over. I believe all the crowd goes crazy for his entrance, but I bet half the crowd can't stand him 145 pounds soaking wet. I've noticed that Adam Cole, that people love Adam Cole's entrance, and then people love his entrance, and they get into it, and they cheer him, Adam Cole, baby, and then he starts to get booed a little bit during the match. But you got to make him a heel, though. Make him a heel. Hands down. Hard times, baby. Just the most the most amazing promo ever. The greatest promo in the history of pro wrestling with hard times, baby. Hard times. You put a hard times on Dusty Rhodes and his family. Nope, no foul language. Just raw emotion, man. I felt like I was in church listening to Hall Times, baby. First of all, I'd like to thank the many, many fans throughout this country that wrote cards and letters to Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, while I was down. Secondly, I want to thank Jim Crockett Promotions for waiting and taking the time because I know how important it was. Starcade 85, it is to the wrestling fans. It is to Jim Crockett Promotions and Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. With that weight, I got what I wanted. Ric Flair, the world heavyweight champion. I can't talk too loud right now. I have 4 people sleep in my house right now. I'm in my own area, but if I get too loud, I might wake somebody up way outside it. Because if I get passionate, though, baby, I'll get it. Starcade 85, it is to the resident fans and Jim Crockett Promotions. Okay, he says, I got what I wanted. Ric Flair, the world heavyweight champion. I don't have a whole lot to say about the way I feel about Ric Flair. no respect, no honor. There's no honor amongst thieves in the first place. He put hard times on Dusty Rhodes and his family. You know what hard times are, Daddy? Hard times are when the textile workers around this country are out of work. They got 4 or 5 kids and they can't buy their wages. They can't pay their wages, can't buy their food. Hard times is when the auto workers are out of work and they tell them, go home. And hard times are when a man has worked a job for 30 years. 30 years. They give him a watch, kick him in the butt, and say, hey, a computer took your place, Daddy. That's hard times. That's hard times. And Ric Flair, you put hard times on this country by taking Dusty Rhodes out. That's hard times. And we all had hard times together. And I admit, I don't look like the athlete of the day supposed to look. My belly's a little big. My honey's a little big. But, brother, I am bad, and they know I'm bad. There were 2 bad people. One was John Wayne, and he's dead, brother, and the other is right here. Nature Boy Ric Flair, the world's heavyweight title belongs to these people. I'm going to reach out right now. I want you at home to know my hand is touching your hand for the gathering of the biggest body of people in this country and this universe all over the world now, reaching out because the love that was given me, and this time I will repay you now. Because I will be the next world heavyweight champion on this Hard Time Blues Dusty Rhodes Tour 85. And Ric Flair, Nature Boy, let me leave you with this. One way to hurt Ric Flair is to take what he cherishes more than anything in the world, and that's the world's heavyweight title. I'm going to take it. I've been there twice. This time, when I take it, Daddy, I'm going to take it for you. Let's gather for it. Don't let me down now, because I came back for you, for that man upstairs that died 10, 12 years ago and never got the opportunity to see a real world champion. And I'm proud of you. Thank God I have you. I love you. Love you. There you go. Starcade 85 Hard Time Blues, baby. When Reigns does the point all the crowd, join me, he's a heel, would you say he kills his heel character? No, because a lot of times it makes him look smug. It makes him look better than you. So anybody who wants to join, actually they started doing the ones thing, but people boo it now. When he turned babyface, he won't do the low blows anymore. Well, he needs to turn. I agree about Adam Cole being a face again. That's what I say about Britt Baker. I agree 100%. She craps on the fans, whatever town they're in, but then wants the fans to chant with her when she does the DMD. 100% agree with that, C-Rye. 100%. I've said that about Britt Baker too. The same thing. It's funny because they're dating each other. That makes perfect sense. Both of them are just killing their heel characters, and they're killing the baby faces that they're going against. Chad is asking us for me, Dr. Chris, to give us some Keith Lee. There you go. He's never been WWE champion. No, he's been world champion, though. Use their finishers, but don't win. 100%. Absolutely, Chris. Stone Cold showing up to defend Texas against Kevin Owens. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Total pain after 20 years. Love for the business, man. Love for the business. Love for the business. You still see Austin having a match? I don't. They would have promoted the match, not the segment, for sure. What else we got? Ember Moon. Ember Moon's doing some indie stuff. I'm a big fan of Ember Moon, man. I think she has a ton of potential. I know that she recently had a match with Thunder Rosa. And Thunder Rosa had to defend her because she was getting some stupid people calling her out of her name and stuff. Rick and Scott, Gail Kim. No, I don't see Gail Kim. Unfortunately, I think. No, I don't think WWE is going to put Gail Kim in the. Yeah, I know her name. I know her real name is Barbie Blank. Have you ever prank called Evan during the show? No, I do not. The process, like I said, I usually contact somebody I know who knows people, or I'll have them come back on the show. Just I have a lot of contacts. Yes, Chris. I have a lot to do in one day, absolutely. And I'm still hanging out with the gathering at the end. Yeah. Absolutely right. They don't know what they're doing. Yep. AEW pay-per-views are long. I agree. ROH2. Yep. Cornette, Vader. Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to that. Some of that needs to be virtual because they don't want it to be forever, like Hall of Fames are. I've been to 2 of them. I've done media at Hall of Fames. I was at I had floor seats doing media at the Hall of Fame, and Goldberg was legit very upset. I interviewed Goldberg, and he was legit upset that it was so long because people were leaving. He's just why Scott Steiner hate WWE. He's had heat with Vince. No Warrior Award. They usually announce that a little bit later. Melina, I wouldn't be opposed to Melina actually. Celebrity Hall of Fame should be Cyndi Lauper. I don't mind that. Revolution, one of the greatest pay-per-views of all time. Made it better than Made. No way. Not even close. Not even close. 2 people in the Hall of Fame this year, yes. 4 Horsemen, the best faction ever. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, Chad. Thank you. Thank you. Keith needs a Vinnie Mac impersonation, pal. Or you can do it. Mama's McMahon impersonation. Austin Theory. That's will be the current Mr. Man impersonation. If you want that, I'll give that to you too. Thank you, Chris. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, baby. I appreciate that very much, baby. Because I don't think they want to make it gaudy. I'm not a fan of Uncle Dave. I'm not a fan of Uncle Dave. Dave Meltzer's Dave Meltzer. I respect the heck of what he's done in the business as far as being a journalist and for 40 years. 40 years. And yeah, I mean, he speculates a lot. I just don't like I don't like the fact that people live and die by what Dave Meltzer says, and he speculates out the wazoo a lot. But there's times he don't speculate. He hears stuff, people tells him stuff, and he's one of the most popular pro wrestling journalists in the history of the business. He has a long legacy, a long lineage of journalism under his belt, and there you go. Her and Caden Carter have contacts in their eyes. They showed Ember's eyes and they weren't red. Oh, yeah, definitely. All right. Process for interviewing. It's a lot. Like I said, I explained that already. It's a lot. Titans will be, I think they'll be just as good. What were we, 12-5 this year? Well, 12-6 when we lost against the Bengals. 13. Yeah. because we had a bye. So Cincinnati, we lost our first playoff game. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why 12-5 again. How's my back? Thank you, Ricky, for asking that. Still sore. I mean, the accident didn't help at all. I mean, just soreness, man. Just soreness. Very sore. I have headaches still. Just it's tough. Like, you know, it just gets very difficult to handle my back issues. That's the reason why I work out a lot, to take my mind off of it, to get psyched up. That's the reason why I pray a lot. That's the reason why I trust God. And I want to make it through. I'll make it through. Huffner. Well, first of all, speaking of females, I love when females interact on PNP. Do we have a new female star of the PNP Nation? Are you new, Cherie? Give you some love. The gym helps with adrenaline. Maltese in the building. What's up? It gives me adrenaline. So my back hurts all the time. But the gym it psychs me up. It gives me adrenaline to reduce the pain in the moment. So that's the reason why I like working out a lot. They didn't franchise tag Harold Landry about signing him to a contract. Isaiah, do I think Jade should be the one to take the belt from Baker? No, I'm not. I'm not. She's not hitting it with me yet. I'm just not. She is the most athletic looking female in the entire roster of AEW. Dare I say professional wrestling television, other than Bianca Belair. But she's so green. I can't get past the fact that she's so green. So what are they going to do since she's so green? They're going to have her kiss Ty Conti. She's supposed to be a heel, but she's kissing Ty Conti, and then Ty Conti kisses her. Whoa, that's going to put butts in seats by just having people kiss each other during the matches. Yeah, that's going to put some butts in seats. Just random. I just don't understand stuff like that. Okay. Let me just kiss you. I don't get it. I think Jade has a ton of potential, and she has a ton of potential. But Jade just doesn't do it for me yet. And I'll say yet because she has a ton of potential, but Jade just doesn't do it with me. Let's injury was the throat. Then he calls it the Greco-Roman lip lock. Oh, yeah, that's move number 83 on the 104 moves of Jericho. I wasn't a big fan of Edge's promo. All right, y'all. I'm going to get some rest. I'm going to rest up my back. I've had a long day today. Get some rest and relax. And, follow me at Chris Prolific. Ask me questions on Twitter at Chris Prolific. All right. Cool. Follow me. And listen, do me a favor, y'all. Subscribe to the Pancakes and Powerslams channel. All right. So I want to start getting some super chats, man. I've been doing this for 10 years. Other people have been giving me opportunities to really boost and help their channel. But I really want to get this Pancakes and Powerslams YouTube channel boosted up. All right. So yeah, I want to start getting these super chats up by getting 1,000 subs. All right, so let's get 1,000 subs. So I need every single person who's listening to this, which is thousands of people a week, all right, one, sub to PMP, Pancakes and Powerslams YouTube channel. Two, spread it. I need everybody spreading it. I need, this is the PMP Nation. Spread PMP, spread the show, spread it, spread it, spread it. Let's bump up significantly those subs, and let's do this. All right. I want to get to the point with your help. I want to be able to make PMP a standalone brand. I really love everybody I'm working with. Big shout out to Wrestling Rumors. You know, I've been working with Wrestling Rumors for years. They love my show. You know, they wanted PMP to be a part of their weekly lineup. But yeah, I mean, that's awesome. And I've worked for other companies that I've made PMP part of their lineup. So, you know, let's bump up the PMP YouTube page. All right, y'all. So, subs, Patreon, Pancakes and Powerslams. I am going to thank you, Ricky, for promoting. I appreciate it, and subbing. So sub, you know, even with the Patreon, I think the lowest is $1 a month. If all of y'all subscribed to Patreon for $1 a month, y'all would pay for a lot of you'll probably pay for my flight for Wrestlemania. So everybody subscribe to the PMP Patreon. All right, so I'm out of here. I'm gonna get out of here. It's been fun, super fun. Nearly an hour and a half. This is overtime, y'all. We went overtime today. I usually try to do a hard close because of my long schedule, but we have fun today. Some fluid fun, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of fun on the show. Went overtime on Monday too. Just a lot of fun, y'all. Lots of interaction. I'm gonna get up out of here. I'm gonna get some rest. So until next week, enjoy your Rika Wrestling. God bless, and always remember, I do it for you. Have a good night, everybody.